Very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from Frankfurt, Germany to Barcelona in Spain. We're using the TFDi design, MD-11F, the freighter variant with the FedEx Express delivery. For basically a real-world flight that's operated by FedEx using the MD-11 between Frankfurt and Barcelona. And that's the flight that we'll be doing today. Excuse me. The flight time should be 1 hour 30 minutes, block time 1 hour 58 minutes. And we'll be carrying 80,500 kilograms of fuel, sorry, not fuel, of cargo with us. So that's going to be interesting. Let's just hop on it. And let me do a quick sound check because there was a problem with my microphone. Stand by. Well, it looks like the problem is solved. Cool. Let's get the Volanta overlay in there as well. There's also a link in the a pinned link in the chat. If you would like to follow these flights, then you can. Right, so we're parked here in Frankfurt. We're using a free scenery for the airport. So this is like a custom scenery that's being used. We're also using GSX and the Airsoft simple traffic rule, basically our usual setup actually. So we're parked here at F237, and the ground power unit is super loud. F2, what was it? 237. This is like the cargo heavy ramp, I think you call it. So yeah, here we are. So let's just get started. And I suggest we first please start the airplane from cold as usual. So the battery on. We do have external power.
Autopilot.
And maybe some lights. Nav light, let's also turn on the logo light. Then we start setting everything up. Let me first get the flight plan here from Simbrief. So this is our flight plan. And then let's go open up GSX. And I guess it's request boarding.
Boarding requested.
So, as usual, not quite certain if we should open any doors. Sometimes you should, sometimes you shouldn't. Open cargo main, I'm just going to do it. I believe that's what we're supposed to do. Services and cargo main is closed, so open that. As you can see moving, see cargo 2 right and cargo 1 right, they are actually opening autonomously. Or rather, not autonomously, but sort of governed by GSX, if you will. For some reason, the main cargo door doesn't want to do it, so then we open it. Alright. FMC1. Let's get our dispatch tab. Here is our flight plan, and we can just say send flight plan to FMC. And we also initialize ILS. So Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot Lima Echo Bravo Lima. No.
Do you want to board crew?
Please.
Crew bus is coming.
Thank you. Course index 20. Cruising 35,000 feet. Oops. Clear. 350. Cruising altitude. flight number. FedEx 812.
Pilot's boarding starting. Crew boarding starting.
That's my baby. Alright. Temperature and wind. We'll have to find these in our overspeed. Go +8, -3. It doesn't want to close with Control N. It does this sometimes.
Your crew has boarded.
+8 is the temperature, -3 is the wind component. +8, -3 for the wind. Go headwind, 3 knots. Yeah, just not closing with Control N. Sometimes it does that. I don't understand why. Let's put it up there. Alright. So flight plan is in here now, but we will have to put in the bit and the start. So 22,445 kilograms of fuel, 7.5 final reserves. Cost on X20, cruising 350. Now, I think fast, right here. The ANEKI to Lima out of runway 18. So ANEKI to Lima. Insert. And for the arrival, we are planning 24 right, 24 right with the BISBA to Zulu. Let's have a look at the weather, see if that makes sense. Sometimes we get these weird runways. Excuse me. Well, let's go airport information. Open airport. There it goes. Weather. 190 at 7 knots. Runway 24. We also have runway 20 for instance. So, let's see. Charts. So runway 20 for instance. Am I going blind? Runway 02, runway 06 left, 06 right, 24 left, 24 right. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so runway 24 something we had. 24 right will be this one. I'm sure we'll manage. Alright, level. Star. And these are ILS for 24 right. I think I saw there was. And we have ILS 24 right Zulu. So let's go for this one. I believe it was the BISBA 2 whiskey. BISBA 2 Zulu. Okay. BISBA 2 Zulu. We have a transition. BISBA NILDU. Nope. Okay, so insert NILDU and then BISBA, so we'll look at that later. That will be for the approach. The flight plan should now be in. Let's remove that message there. And then there are finally discontinuity, though that's looking good. We'll copy the primary. Copy active. Now for the init B page, as you would have it in the app. Scope payload, set payload. Let's see if I set payload on fuel. And actually first, now go to payload here. And then fuel number has changed. Okay, so that's how it works. Cool. Okay, so 22.4. Finally, takeoff approach page. Have a look outside. Looks like they're still loading the aircraft. Performance page. Echo Delta Foxtrot, we have a runway 18. Get weather 1021. Temperature 22. Slope 0. They want some information there. Let's do the calculation actually. V1 134, rotate 151, V2 162, legs 59, flaps 25. So, legs temperature 159. Flap setting 25. Stabilized then will be 5.2. Slope and wind, slope was 0. And the wind is 10. Then we got 22 degrees centigrade. 139, 150, 162. 134, 151, 162. So let's just go by what the FNC said. I believe this is actually calculating straight from, I don't know, the aircraft. Boarding completed. That's a nice timing. Let's set everything up now. So let's see, do we have our fuel? 22.4. Okay. Let's turn on the beacon as well. And then we get ready to start our engines and push back. And the APU power. The APU is not yet available, it's now starting up. I believe the N1 initially holds at 50. Oh, but now it's actually going. Cool. So just wait like a minute longer before we call the pushback tug, and then we should be able to go. APU is available. APU lead. Let's set up here, flight level 350. These go so quick, man. Alright, 350. And let's arm it, arm navigation. Emergency lights are disarmed, so let's arm them. I guess we can call the tug. Services. Disconnect GPU. Remove the wheel chocks. Do we have any doors that we should close? No, they're all closed.
You'll need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
So flaps will be 25. That's pretty well. Let's call the tug again. I don't think we have to open anything, any fuel pumps or anything, they're all in place.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Nav armed, profile armed. I'm never sure if I should click FMS speed.
Locking here.
Think so. It is at 162, that's our V2 speed. Let's set 250 knots, yeah. If I click this again, it's gonna go back to 162. Okay, so we don't want that. No, not yet anyway. Okay, so 250 knots. QNH 1021. So for the pushback, we're really close to the runway. We could do pushback. Well, doesn't really matter, does it? Let's do a nose to the right. Nose to the right, tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
You got it, partner. Park and brake release.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Well, let's start these suckers up. Engine number 3. Get some fuel in there. We got another camera view. Some of these views are like, I mean, look at this. It's so messed up. I don't understand why that is. Am I missing something? Alright. Engine number 2. Got the fuel in there. Still being pushed. This one looks a little bit funny. Sometimes GSX spot on, usually actually, will put you right on the yellow line. In this case, it just looks a little bit weird. So let's stop the pushback right here.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Number 1. We can set the trim to 5.2. other direction. No. Come on, man, do this one little increment. 5.2. Right, let's confirm the engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Oh, let's use that. No, don't interrupt.
Unlocking gear.
Swire departure out of runway 18. Alright, it's just super simple. Pretty much a straight line, so we just turn on the autopilot.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Cool. Let's set our flaps to 25. We'll put the auto brake to check the takeoff. Then that guy who just walked through that pushback tug will now confirm that he has the bypass pin. Thank you. So let's get out of here. Taxi lights. Oops, and the runway turn off light. And I think we're configured. Oh, we're just getting assaulted by that Lufthansa there. Let's see, so yeah, we're right here at the runway. Parking brake released. It's such a big chunk of heavy metal, man. A very gorgeous plane indeed she is. And she taxis like mud. I always complained about it, and with good reason. She just doesn't want to turn, and especially at higher speeds. But at the same time, yeah, it feels like you need some speed to have some response sometimes, so it's always a little bit of a struggle. Fortunately, we are right here at the runway. So this excruciating process will not be very extensive, fortunately. Okay, so we made it. turn on landing lights. What's our TCAS doing? That's on. Then we'll need to see that's the auto flight button that will arm our ATS, the auto thrust system. Hey Diop, Mahukus, how are you doing, man? Well, welcome on board. Alright, let's line ourselves up here. Alright, so looks like we made it. Right, engines idle and wheel stop. Spoilers, we should arm the ground spoilers, thank you. And now we're configured. Let's start the timer. And then we'll set takeoff thrust. First just advance to around 50, I guess. And let them stabilize. And then once you go to around 70, the auto thrust system should take over the throttle. And there it goes. Takeoff, yes indeed. Let's fly to Barcelona. The real world flight operated by FedEx. That's loud. Operated by FedEx using this very same aircraft as I understood it. ANEKI used to fly the MD-11F, so. Okay, rotate. Positive right, gear up. Let's have a look outside. Just gorgeous, man. So let's quickly get back here and see if we're not messing anything up. I'm going to turn on the autopilot. AP1, pitch, nav1, climb thrust, 35,000 feet. Right, so we're on our way to the first waypoint, Delta Foxtrot 101, that's 12 miles or so. Flap retraction speed is coming up. So I must admit, I'm still not too sure about the FR, flap retraction, F28. My brain just goes two ways sometimes, it's weird. Turn off the F1 turn off lights. Okay, so what's happening? Slat retraction speed should be coming up. So we're now on slats only. And we're probably dealing with a constraint, not actually select flaps 50 for the landing, but we're not quite there yet. Speed 220 knots, so we're not allowed to go any faster, so we'll just sit like this for a bit with our slats out, slightly below the slats retraction speed. Can disarm the ground spoilers. descent forecast, we can enter our descent winds in a bit if you want. So 2.7 miles, and then we are allowed to go 310. So then the aircraft should accelerate, and then we can retract the sleds. There's a turn.
Stabilize your motion.
Nose is dropping. Speed is increasing. Sleds retracting. And we're almost at 10,000 feet, at which point we'll turn off the landing lights. And, well, the seatbelt fine as well, even though we're not carrying people with us. But I guess, good to just always do it. The auto brake is also still armed, let's see. So 10,000 feet, the nose will drop a little bit. Let's turn off the landing lights. And seatbelt sign, go to auto. Dio, Mahukus, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, my friend. I'm not flying online, so I'm not sure what you mean. I see I'm coming, or you mean you'll be right back. Weather off. We could turn on the weather, but it really doesn't really do anything, I believe. But let's turn it on at school. Okay, so we're climbing to 35,000 feet. Let's see here. Top of climb. Oh, all looking good. The APU is turned off on its own. That's cool. So descent forecast. We can enter our descent winds in here, and we can find those in our OSP. We could be coming from flight level 350. Then brief OSP. The button's working again. Cool. So here's the wind information. Descent 350, 310, 200, 150, 286, 055. This is not working. Six 055, I believe. Oops. 286 055. I'll let you double check real quick. 286 055, then 285 056. then 289 or 035. Two eight nine 035, 289 023. Two eight nine 023. That's our descent winds insert. Right, so speed is now 309. We are on our way to BALSI. We're now climbing through flight level 211. Actually, let's set standard. That's the wrong one. Yeah, but probably get there maybe golden hour if we're lucky. But maybe sun will have set by the time we land. Did you have the top of descent information? No, not yet. We're not at cruising altitude quite yet. 6,000 feet to go. We're now 14 minutes into the flight. Fuel is down to 18,200. For right. So let's get the final approach chart for runway 24 right. Approach. Two for right. I have a Zulu, that's the one we chose. Let's see. This is starting here, initial exit Tabla. To 44 degrees. Let's go. Another airplane. That's the Ryanair. Okay, let's carry on. Let's see, this is Barcelona VOR, DCN, and we have the ILS DME-BCA, Bravo Charlie Alpha, 244 degrees, 109.5. So let's say 7 miles from the ILS. I'm not sure about our aircraft, I'm just gonna go for 140 on the decision altitude. So, if you now look at the flight plan, so before we get to the runway, BISBA. Okay, so after NILDU, it's sending us to BISBA. These we can just connect, I guess, NILDU and BISBA. There you go, they're simply not connected, so let's just delete the flight plan discontinuity there. That's gone. And then everything looks cool. Have another good look at now. So we'll be coming, where is our air? There's the airport. So, BISBA, NEMOS, Pagur, BL471, and then CLE, the GEVEA, I guess, COR. And then from there, probably getting Frankfurt. PGR and then CLE, and then straight to Tabla. That's this one right here. Let's go to the plan page. BGR. BL471. CLE. And then straight to Tabla. Let's zoom out on this. That is cutting it a little bit short. So let's do CLE. Heading 180. And that would be 20 miles, no, 15, 14, 13 nautical miles. And put that right on top of tab 1. And then we get something more like this. I like this a little bit better. So let's keep it. We are at top of climb, 35,000. "37 minutes until the top of the set. 344 miles. Let me start up sky dolly. Wait, let's actually, we'll leave this one here at the birth page. And then we can use this one to interact with the FMC, or the FMS. Radio altitude, we would set 140. And that's also answer in the navigation page, answer the ILS and course. So that will be 109.5. And the course will be 244 degrees. And it is the IBSW. There's probably something here close by that it's picking up. But that's okay. But the 109.5 heading 244. So descent in about 35 minutes. Only getting some mountains there. Excuse me. Right, so we're now at cruising altitude. Engines at 89. On fuel flow 2500 per engine. Current fuel 16,950. Expected fuel on board upon landing 12.7 thousand kilograms. Let's have a look at the world map. there is Zurich. With this Switzerland, here is where was it? Here, Geneva. See if we can get some weather through here, through the performance page. Let's also choose our runway. 24 right. Temperature 25. QNH 1018. There's not a lot of wind out of 200. 5 knots wind. So current fuel 60,600. And we're expecting to land with 12.5. I don't think it's going to burn another 4,000 kilograms. The landing weight would basically be our current gross weight minus 4,000. So 17,590. Let me think if... No, I don't think I'm doing this correctly. Stand by. So 211.800. 211.8. Not quite sure which format it likes. Flaps to 50. And auto brake can be low. calculate. So estimated landing distance 442 meters. So if we go max and calculate max speed brake, max auto brake. 601, that's interesting. I would expect shorter. Am I missing anything? Let's go back to low and do calculate. I'm not quite sure how to read this. So maybe it does want 211800. There you go. That's the formatted one. So the entire number. So this will estimate to stop at like 2/3 of the runway. Cargo terminal will be up here, so we'll just vacate to the right and get to the cargo terminal right there. Let's also check the world map at the airport's position. And there is also some additional information, sometimes cargo terminal. So we'll likely exit through here, let's say Papa 4, Papa 5. And then we'll take a left turn somewhere. Something like that. Okay. So now, for instance, if we say let's go auto brake max and calculate, it will stop us around halfway. I'm thinking actually maybe even a little earlier. Obviously we're not doing that. This aircraft upon landing decelerates so quickly. But at least we have some idea, I guess. Yeah. Top of descent 28 minutes, 265 nautical miles. Right, so I will be right back. I'll leave you for a little bit. Let's go over the wing view. And I'll be back in a couple minutes. So for today's flight, what we'll take with us is automotive parts, 20,000 kilograms. So I created a little cargo manifest, or actually not me, ChatGPT did that for me, obviously. Automotive parts, 30,000 kilograms. Luxury fashion goods, 12,500 kilograms. Electronics, semiconductors, medical devices, art and antiques, wine labeling, machinery. That's an interesting one. Pharmaceuticals, event staging gear, secure diplomatic cargo. Well, it's quite interesting. We're bringing 80,500 kilograms in any case. Geneva, I think. Top of the set, 24 minutes. So the transition altitude, I believe it was 6,000, at least that's what it says on the FNC. It says here as well on the chart, transition altitude 6,000 feet. And then we'll switch to the local pressure, 1018 I believe, last we checked. 1018. This may change a bit. Wind now 200 degrees, 5 knots. So that's hardly anything. There's the sun through the cockpit, that's pretty cool. INCUS to BALSI, 17 miles. Cottage. Wait, let's go flight plan. INCUS to BALSI, Cottage, Redno, Dotic, Giro. Toolbox MTG, DIVKO, and that's the top of descent. Top of descent now 21 minutes. So our final approach speed is sitting at 158 knots. The red type 152. I'm at 158. That's it. Tableau 191. Let's see. So that's 11 miles. Let's have a look at our arrival. BISBA, there is a altitude, there is speed restriction max 280 knots at BISBA. knots. EL471 max 250. 250, that's there as well. Guess that's it. 8,000 feet at the Galila, 8,000 feet. That's also correct. B245. That will take us down to the waypoint we created out of CLE and then take a right turn. With speed 245, let's see if we can be at BBD01, that's the one that we entered ourselves. If we can do a different speed, I'm not sure if she will make that. Wait, we can do it differently, so that will be, let's try 220 knots, or maybe 210 knots. Forward slash at BBD01. That's accepting it. Okay. Top percent 18 minutes. Fuel 14,500. Fuel flow high. A little bit higher than it was earlier. Earlier we had like 2,500. Now we have 2,700. A total of, 600 more. So this little wind indicator, let's maybe see, probably you can just change it in the options, I'm not totally sure. Distance, automatic anti-ice disabled, diesel standby disabled, fuel dipstick, I don't know what it is, that's enabled, RCWS disabled, tape display disabled, wind vector type, so vector. It's now on track. Oh, it's clicking whatever is behind it, I think. There you go. Okay, let's save this. And we got 288 degrees at 55 knots. I like this better. 44 minutes into the flight. And can we get rid of the tablet actually? Because I clicked some things here. These are just floor lights. So cottage coming up. Minutes till the descent. So we can have the charts here on our EFB as well, actually. I keep forgetting that. So how does this work? Doesn't seem very responsive. The usual drag and drop basically. It doesn't really, as you can see, it's hardly responding. The mouse goes up, but scrolling doesn't really happen. ILS Zulu, runway 24 right. I'm not sure if we can pin these. Doesn't look like it. Just to check something, let's leave this for what it is. So we're going runway 24 right. Let's get the chart for 24 right as well. Just to double check, 24 right, level, Barcelona. Also here's the 140. I saw this on the EFB. This is a different chart. ILS Zulu, runway 24 right, that's interesting. 109er, decimal 5, 244. Glide slope starting at 6.9 from the BCA ILS or localizer. Just those, so this is the correct one, right? ILS Zulu, runway 24 right. ILS Zulu, runway 24 right. And what's it saying here? 27 October 23. This one as well. Help. Am I going insane? I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just interesting. This definitely looks different. I don't know why that is. Okay. And now I still don't. 12 minutes. It's still saying here IBSW. Now, here it's also still called BCA. Minutes. Let's check the go-around procedure. Something that I'm always very lazy at and a little bit intimidated by. Apparently little pilots don't particularly like it either, I believe. But you know, they have no choice. This would be like maintain runway heading and then slight turn to go to some track probably. Okay, so the outbound radial 241. From the Barcelona VOR. Missed approach fix. Barbarel. So missed approach, climb on runway heading, 244 degrees, to 5 nautical miles from the ECN, so that's from our localizer. Then we turn left, intercept the outbound radial 241 from Barcelona VOR and then climb to 3000 and as directed. In case of lost communications, it's basically the same. Turn left to intercept radial 241, climb 3500, turn right direct SLL VOR, climbing to 6000 feet and hold. So there's a holding pattern there. SLL VOR is not on this chart. Alright. So where are we? Totic on our way to Kilo. Time to descend, 9 minutes. We're pretty much set up here. Let's check on our weather. That's still 200 degrees at 5 knots. Temperature 25. I don't think that changed. And then 1018. So if we recalculate, here it is, with the, I thought it was 22 degrees. Alright, so it's still like 2/3 of the runway for stopping. Wrong one. She's just such a beauty, man. MRM. That's the MRM VOR and AVN. That should be that one probably. Maybe it's interesting to like do a with this aircraft to do a VOR to VOR only flight. Yeah, that works. And you can tell simply just make it VOR to VOR. Just keep the aircraft the same. And then we'll start entering VORs in here and then fly it like that. It sounds interesting to do. But like an old school aircraft like this, you know, that adds some sort of extra charm to me. Well, not to me, but for me. to the experience as a plane. 7 minutes, top of descent at 84 nautical miles. 13,000 kilograms of fuel. We should land with 12.5, I believe the prediction was. That's now down to 11. We had some high fuel flow at some point, 2,700. Now sort of back to the sort of a steady 2,500. I'm guessing that that probably could have made a difference. So then MTG, can we see this on the Navrat? MTG picked up as well. Right, 6 more minutes. And we'll be there between DIVKO and NILDU. Miles. So yeah, we'll probably see ourselves landing. So once we reach the top of descent, I will start recording the sky dolly. I'm really counting down here. Estimated fuel on board 10,800. So the landing distance might change a little bit as well. Let's say 211 instead of 11,950. So we're now carrying fuel, let's make that 12,000. 12,000 kilograms of fuel. Just doing this on a little calculator off the screen, sorry. 12,000 kilograms. And we're expected to land at 10.8, so that will be 1.2. So we're burning 1 6,200 kilograms. That would give us a landing weight of 209,800. There's no new weather report, although we should actually change the runway. Although that, you know, that doesn't affect the weather, but it does affect our calculation. Runway 24 right, slope 0 dry, and then last check for the weather. Auto brake low, reverse throttle, flaps 50. So calculate. It's giving us a little bit later, it looks like, but still around the same area. No big surprises there at all. Top of descent 2 minutes, so let's set this up. The altitude that I will put into the window will be 2,300 feet to intercept the ILS, or the glide slope. 2,300 feet. Still on profile, okay, that's good. So 1 more minute. Now it says 4. Wind changing maybe. Well, we are changing direction, the wind's changing as well. Well, we'll see. 36 miles. In the meantime, let me start the sky dolly, or it's already started, or let me start the recording. And check it out if you like to have replays and everything. Sky Dolly is a really cool program. It's free. It's very user friendly. It makes backups on its own, and it's, if you don't know it, it doesn't record video like moving things and what you see on the screen, but it records the data. So it records what your rudder input is, what your throttle input is, and everything. Are the flaps down? All those things. And it then simply just replays it live for you in the simulator, rather than replaying like playing a recording. It will actually reconstruct your flight and all the data that it recorded, and it records quite a lot with most of the aircraft. So every time I make a landing video, I will have to go into the assistance options and turn off crashes. So put it to easy. I always have full realism on during the flights, but for the replays I have to turn that off, because sometimes the plane will just go a certain place and the world is not rendered yet, and it will find itself into the ground, and then simulator will detect the crash, you know. Right, so top of descent, 3 minutes. So it shot up there for a moment from 1 minute to 4. But we're pretty much here, 28 miles. We have entered 2,300 feet into the window up here. And that's the point where we want to end up to be able to intercept the glide slope. That's our top of descent right there, coming up 20 miles. 30, 27 it says there. Alright. The weather's still 1018. Just keep checking it every now and then. But the wind hardly anything. Before it was 200 at 5 knots, now it's even less, 3 knots. Temperature's gone up a bit, 25 degrees. And our transition altitude to switch to 1018 is at 6,000 feet. So top of descent is getting closer. We will use the auto brake low, so we can start setting that up now. And whoever the hell is in the back in this cargo plane, they're going to have to be strapped in. Let's just do it right now. I don't believe we can test these, right? It's not possible. Most add-on aircraft, payweight aircraft, they are. You can test the oxygen. But in this one you cannot. Oh, that's cute. That's how we get rid of the tablets. I must have done this before, but I always leave it on, so I'm not, you know, it's not really in my system, I guess. Alright, so we're at our top of descent, 2 more minutes, 18 nautical miles. Estimated fuel on board on landing will be 10,500 kilograms. We'll see. Now stop the descent. Engines going down. So we entered 2,300 to intercept the glide slope, but we see here profile to 10,000, profile 12,000. I think these are the step descents in between. Okay, so what we do now is just monitor our vertical deviation here. See if we're not getting high, preferably a little bit low. But high, you'll have to fix that problem later, so the sooner you can fix it, the better. Because once you're at close proximity to the airport, the speed starts to really matter. And at this point, not as much. So expect to land at 1856. That's in, what's it, 25 minutes? There's some traffic here detected. The traffic there.
Climb.
Well, let me just turn this off, because I don't want the aircraft to actually start doing things on its own. But we're still nicely on profile. I'll turn that TARA on again there. There's the other airplane, look at that.
Clear of conflict.
Clear of conflict, well, you should talk to my girl. Let's turn off the weather radar. It doesn't work really anyway, and it's not showing anything. But still on profile. 20,000. These engines are so nice and quiet when they're on idle like this. Right, so there's the sun. So I think we'll still have daylight by the time we land. It's going to be in like 23 minutes or so. Let's get back to the flight deck. We're still on the vertical profile. 28,000 feet. $10.4 on the estimation, estimated fuel on board, landing. So, the LVOR in case of go around should probably be picked up automatically. But let's enter it manually nonetheless. 112.0. Alright, that is in the nav2. And the course, probably the aircraft is capable of flying a whole pattern on its own. We'll have 241 outbound on the Barcelona VOR. Let's enter that as well, 116.7. Can we just do 7? Will it accept it and make it 70? Yes. Outbound course was 241 degrees. Oh wait, then we should probably do forward splash. Or you just enter them all in one go. But that changes the value there. So 241, 116.7. How are we doing on our profile? A little bit low. That's okay. Add drag actually it's saying. Let's just do that. We might have to make some meet some speed restrictions. BISBA. BISBA we should speed 280. And we can now remove the drag. So speed drag retract. Then up next, minimum. Actually, speed is still a bit high. I'm going to add drag. We break out. So nav that. So yeah, we have the outbound course there, 241, in case we need that. Never turn on VORs here, I think. VOR1, VOR2. But here they are. We have a DME. On both of them. That's pretty cool, so let's just keep that on, I guess. Looks cool. We'll probably not go to be using it anyway. And I think the aircraft will just probably perform any go around pretty much on its own. It does say intercept and then vector, so maybe not. Maybe not this time, Charlie. So the speed brakes are still out, and we're holding at 281 knots. Vertically we're fine. So here's Spain. Speed 284. All the way to BGR. Speed 280 knots. So she's definitely like with the speed brakes completely out. And getting a little bit high on the profile. The speed just keeps it is actually increasing a little bit there. 280, 281. Let's check the weather, QNH. Wind 1904 knots, 1018. Feet. Speed still a little bit high. Speed 282, 15,000 feet. So the back here, profile to 2300 and profile 8000. So now we're going to 8000 feet. Speed is increasing, 283, 13,000. I'm going to start the APU. So there's the waypoint we put in there manually out of the CLE. So CLE /180 degrees /13 nautical miles, I believe we did. You can see that greatly helps the final approach. It's still actually sitting at a bit of an angle, so pretty much overshooting the runway center line and then finding our way back to it. But this gives us plenty of time, so that's okay. Speed 243. Let's release the retract our speed brake. Fuel power available. Right, 10,000 feet coming up. Let's turn on the landing lights. That's 30 minutes to touchdown. Right below 10,000. So looks like the weather doesn't change the weather reports, I should say, it doesn't change very often. So I think we should just take 1018. We cannot really pre-dial it, or actually, no, I don't think we can in this one. I think the moment you turn it, it will simply just change. So yeah, so we'll just keep that. We'll just remember that 1018. 5 up from where we are. We're still nicely on profile there. Speed 245. We're on our way to CLE. We should be there at speed 245 and above flight level 80. So far we're good. We do have 4.2 miles to go. So I would prefer actually a hard target, which is a little bit late now, but just be there at 8,000 precisely, you know, and not necessarily like above, because then it will settle for this for like almost 10,000 feet. So we'll have another 2,000 feet that we'll have to lose later, while we also want to lose speed, you know. So might have been nice if I would have spotted that. Could have changed it. At the same time, we do have a very high energy descent, I must say. So all the times, like really close to the maximum speed, even with the speed brakes fully deployed. Right, so turning left now. Now targeting flight level 186. Flight level 86. I see what's happening there, I think. So saying we're high, I'm going to extend our speed brakes. So on our way to the custom waypoint, BBD01, speed 210. Let's say 10 miles. We do still have some time, but I think we probably need to descend quite a lot. Let's remove the drag down.
Stabilizer motion.
So slightly below the profile here. Alright, and then we'll take a right turn, and that will get us on the, basically on the center line towards the runway. Let's turn on approach blind. That means we basically arm both our localizer and our glide slope. So in this aircraft it's only one button. There's not a separate lock or a separate amp button. So speed 220, and we should be there flight level 86. I wonder if this might become a very high-speed approach. 4.6 miles. We do not have DME yet on the localizer, but we are still 29 track miles out. Which at this position is pretty much already a straight line, so pretty much the same as the actual distance. .220. Now we got 1.4 miles. Let's have a little bit of speed brake. And let me see if you can go flap 1. Speed brake retract. There's our DME, 25.1. Turn on the runway turn off lights. I'm not sure on this plane when we can extend our flaps. I'm gonna try plus 25, but maybe that's really a lot. We're above the localizer, above the glide slope. Localizer still armed, but we're now at 22 miles. Final approach speed 158 at full flaps. So there's the glide slope coming up, but still no capture by the localizer, so we'll just keep on going. So it looks like flaps 28 is okay now as well, so I'm just going to do that. Have a quick weather check. 190 knots, 1018. Let's go to local pressure, 1018. Range 15.3 nautical miles. Quickly double check or triple check. 109.5. .5. miles. There's our runway, 24 right. Well, we're coming at it from an angle. We're curious to see when we'll get intercepted by the localizer. uh, 11 miles. This arm is speed brake on the ground spoiler. So still no localizer and no ILS or no glide slope. Flaps.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay, let's drop the gear.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Not sure if that button works.
Stabilizer motion.
Landing is armed and there's still no localizers. We do have some DME there. So then I think we just hand fly it. See how this goes. Yeah, let's disengage the autopilot.
Autopilot.
Getting a little bit low now. Flaps full.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Oh, speed's getting low here.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Stabilizer motion.
There's a runway.
Five hundred. 400. 300. Approaching minimum. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Easy now.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, nose gear touchdown. Welcome to Barcelona, everybody. Full reverse. Do some toe braking and see if we can exit here. 60 knots, engine throttle, flaps up. Speed braking. Hey, thank you, Dio. Thank you so much, man. And let's exit right here. And then we saw that the cargo area will be to our west. So here she is, Barcelona Airport. So we still had some nice daylight. A little bit like golden hour. Always looks nice. Such a beautiful plate, man. So she's really slow to respond. Cargo terminal will be the first to our right. Probably this one that we're missing now, so we'll take the next one. I thought I asked for the flaps up. Well, let's just settle down there straight ahead and call it a day. Yeah, she's making some speed. And I know this is not any place to settle down, but I'm done with this. So, there we go. And parking brake set. Let's look outside. Yeah, so once again, man, welcome to Barcelona. Hope you enjoyed the flight. And thank you for saying hi, Tiop. Hope you enjoyed it too. And I will see you all at the next video. Bye bye.